The Nigerian Senate on Tuesday commenced a probe of Senator Natasha Uduaghan's conduct during plenary last Thursday by referring the issue to its Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petitions. The issue began when Senator Yemi Adaramodu, chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, raised a point of order. He expressed concern about misleading media reports regarding the event that unfolded in the Senate last week. He emphasized the need to protect the integrity and future of the Senate.
And I'm narrowing it to Mr. Senate President versus a senator, which is not so. Because our guiding rules, which is our testament and our catechism, our own Bible and our own Quran, which we all subscribe to religiously, embodies and epitomizes the whole Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Any action against it is an action against the Senate. It's not an action against the Senate President. Mr. President, sir, we were told when we were growing up as toddlers that where there is no law, there's no sin. But we have laws. Then it means that any contravention of that law is a sin. And where there is sin, there must be penalty.
The Senate leader, Yemi Bamidele, Minority Leader Abba Moro, and also Senator Jimo Ibrahim, among others, lamented about the conduct displayed by Akpoti Uduaghan on the fateful day, and also recommended that the matter be referred to its appropriate organ for further investigation.
I'm at the back seat, but I can lend my voice. In fact, Mr. Senate President, the former Senate President, very distinguished Senator Ahmed Lawal, is at the very back seat. After my own, look at my own seat, look at his own seat, and he's not complaining. He will raise up his hand with respect here, and will still go there to bow for his respect, because he's a man of integrity. So what can somebody say, can anybody be at the back seat more than him here? I am not against Natasha, I'm not for anybody. I'm just saying that the Senate is an institution, and that institution needs to have at its dashboard integrity as number one.
Simi Ulabalu about one of our colleagues, Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, being asked to move to another seat. It's nothing that has to do with gender. It's nothing that has to do with hatred. It's nothing that has to do with any form of malice. For the record, let me say again, distinguished Senator Adamu Alero, who had been governor for 8 years, who had been honorable minister, and who is one of the most ranking senators in this Senate today, was asked to move his seat. And he didn't make any issue out of it. We had a reason to change the seat of His Excellency distinguished Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwa. He didn't make any issue out of it.
We see you as first one among equals, but the presiding officer of this Senate, and therefore the father of this Senate. In spite of some provocations, in spite of some offenses, Mr. President, we ask you to tolerate some of our actions that are not in tandem with democratic and parliamentary practices. These things once in a while will occur, but please, we want to ask that while we are referring this matter to our relevant committee, let us ponder on the drama that unfolded on that day and see how we can mitigate against the possible consequences on the integrity and the image of this institution so that we can move forward in the interest of this country.
The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, reminded lawmakers of the importance of adhering to Senate rules, citing Order 66 of Section 2 of the Section and Section 55 of Senate rules. He underscored that all senators must conduct themselves with decorum, including prohibitions on chewing gum, drinking water, or being destructive during sittings. Senators voted to approve that it should be referred to the Ethics Committee for investigation and to report back to the Senate in 2 weeks.
The issue came up here. Our distinguished sister was not even speaking from her seat. And that was when we tried to call her to order. I think part of the problem is when people come from court declared senators, they miss the orientation. The management of the National Assembly is hereby ordered to organize periodic orientation, particularly for senators who are midstreamers, who came midstream and did not start when their colleagues started. Because I remember that this particular senator, on the day she was sworn in, raised her hand to speak. I was scared, but I had to recognize her because I was saying, you just gave her the rule book. Part of what we give to you when you are sworn in is a standing order of the Senate. So I said, has she even opened the rule book to know what she's going to say? But she made the contribution on that day.
Hello, hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the notification button so you get notified about fresh news updates.